Hey guys, and welcome to another live stream. This is going to be a slow and steady live stream. I've just got home from work and I thought what better thing to do than get on live on YouTube to speak to everybody and more or less digest all of the different situations that are going on, throw some trades down whilst I'm at it, chatting and nattering with you guys, and honestly just watching this decent price movement we're seeing. We always tend to lag. I find we are a very laggy coin. And it's always starting to become a very historical fashion that we tend to do a big impulse move after all of the major players have moved in the space, except XRP, of course, because that's just going to do what it does until eventually it pops. But seeing this price movement is amazing. And what I'm hoping is we're going to be on target for my price of 30,000 points per coin. I think this is a really good range to have targeted previously, and throughout all of my content here that I've done, I've been saying this is the price target I'm going to be looking to take profit at. Obviously there's loads of opportunities in between. As you can see on my screen, I've got a dollar cost average indicator up, and it realistically gives you the ability to just dive in and out, and that's something I've been getting really used to. But at the same time, right, I've got that long-term hold wallet, the ledger kind of style play where you're really thinking for the long term. But at the same time, right, I want to have fun. I want to be able to dip and dive in and out of things. I think it's really important that you enjoy the small wins, the little things. If we don't enjoy the little things, we're completely lost at this point. If you hear my voice going croaky during the video, guys, I'm really under the weather. I've got a sore throat, but this is great. This is absolutely amazing to see, even with all of the different things that are going on with Vin, right? This situation with Vin, the fact that he's more or less got himself to a point where he feels it's best for himself just to leave. His payments hadn't been approved. Their work hadn't been approved. He was sat there maintaining a code base for absolutely free and just getting a load of crap for it. And speaking with him, it's the attacks and all of those different things that he goes through and he suffers. And I get it because I suffer those similar attacks. And I think it's really sad to see that it's boiled down to this, and he's being pushed away by the governance decisions, the consistent attacks by the evil narrative, which, might I add, are not giving Genuine Labs any grief whatsoever. And I find that really strange. I find it peculiar because they just give everybody grief who's trying to do something positive for the blockchain. So I think that's something to lend credence to. But wow, look at this. This is amazing. Should we give it a measure? This is really good. As you can see, we've got dollar cost average indicators coming in, and this is more or less saying to you, maybe this is a good opportunity to get out if you got down here at the bottom. I'm currently on the 15-minute trading scale, so this is giving me a short-term play tactic. But this is great, seeing this push up like this. We need this as a community to draw in more investors, because I've spoken, I think, a few times about user retention. I think it's really important. During these pumps, you're going to get a lot of different users that come and go, but at the same time, you're going to get a lot of different users that might find themselves staying and getting involved with the staking and getting involved with all of the different things they can get involved with. And even though we are a blockchain that just provides a hammer and a nail, we're starting to get somewhere. We're starting to get a few different things. Bringing LUNC Dash back it's been great. It took a while, but the money flow tool is absolutely outstanding. We've been doing a few different things over the course of today. I'll just bring you over to here quickly. Let me grab one of these wallets and I'll show you what I'm going on about. We're making it so easy for you to be able to track the money and not have to dip and dive in and out of loads of different links, kind of like what I'm doing here. But instead, let me show you. Pop this in on the money flow. By the way, LUNC Dash is back up if you guys didn't know. Add it as your homepage. Use and utilize it as best as you can. We'll be making a lot more additions to this moving forward. So I'm just going to load up the money flow for the Binance Hot Wallet. This is going to take probably about a minute just because the wallet is so substantial. It's got a lot of data to gather. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this one out, and you're all used to money flow. You're used to the system that I used originally to show you that all that Binance was burning. Let me just take a sip of this. Lovely. Let me know what you guys are sipping on. I'm actually sipping on just some soda water, just some soda water, just to help my throat, and a little bit of honey as well. That doesn't go amiss. So like I said, you're all used to money flow. You know what it does. You know the different ins and outs. But what happens is if you've got a wallet, for example, you highlight this wallet, you know this is the Binance Genesis wallet. If you just right click the line, you'll see a drop down come. And what will happen is it will bring up all of the different transactions for that wallet. So instead of you having to go over to Finder and start going through this, no, we've removed that completely. Okay, you just simply right click the line of the wallet you wish to look at and you can get all of those transactions. And then same again, you can just blow that up. You can see where the connections are, and it does auto bridging, which I think is really good. As you can see, it's found all of the bridge wallets. It shows you where the connections are, and you don't have to do a lot of messing around with the BitQuery money flow. It's very manual. It's not very smart. It doesn't really do a lot. We've provided you with the ability to change between USTC and LUNC. And then on top of that, we've given you delegation flow. So you can go and check what the validators are doing, where their money's going, where the delegations are going, who's redelegating to who. And you can actually track the thing. And I think a lot of you, yeah, coffee here. Great. I honestly, guys, I'm out of beans. I just ordered some blue Jamaican beans to come over from abroad. They take a little bit longer. So like I said, I'm on the soda waters for now. But if you saw my video here previously, when we covered the Moonrabbit delegations wallet, and they were more or less built up completely from one single delegate, we used the historical data that was available on BitQuery, because BitQuery stopped providing this. They stopped tracking our blockchain a long time ago. God, my throat is so raspy today, honestly. I'm so excited. Let me just jump back over to this chart quickly, see what we're doing. We're looking good. We're looking good. This could be a pole and flag situation where we keep going up, we cook a little bit sideways, and we keep pushing upwards, because BTC sort of gone down a little bit, it's come back up a little bit. So this is really good. But the delegation flow, right? I had the ability to more or less shine a light on something, and upon shining a light on it, they actually moved their delegation completely to another validator, which is a better validator to say the least. But the main point of that was the tool had a strong effect. And now that we've got a working tool, right, we can keep doing this. We can start looking into all of the Binance wallets again. We can start producing that real intense content that you like. And I think bringing this for everybody and allowing everybody to use and utilize it, it's great, because BitQuery themselves, when I spoke to someone who was in connection with them, they said they wanted a monthly payment to get us relisted. And, you know, this has saved us a load of money once again. And this is kind of what I was pointing out, and I was saying about this situation with Vin not being paid and the L1 not being paid for work that they've been doing for a long time, the maintaining. The community pool was at 4.4 billion, almost 4.5 billion, right? You've got 11 million USTC in there, not that you do anything with that, but it stands right now as a very strong number, and that's because we're not paying people like Hexagon silly wages for stuff that we get for free from all nodes. And once again, right, just trying to save this chain money and just trying to bring you tools and things that you need for your journey moving forward. Having all of this back's amazing. I've been using this flat out non-stop. I've been tracking all of these USTC burns, because as much as I don't agree with the We Mint Cash thing, you can't stop it. You know, it's like trying to stop the ocean with a squeegee. You're going to burn, they're going to launch their project, and it is what it is at this point. So many people have failed to bring you a USTC repeg, even to the point of where you paid people, and it boiled down to someone like Frag, who hasn't been paid since last year, same as Vin, and it boiled down to someone like him who's not been paid to get the burn done. So it goes to stand for me right now that USTC is currently in a position where it's being liquidated. The aim of the game is for We Mint Cash to completely liquidate it. Let's go to the moon, baby. 100% I'm feeling the moon. I'm more feeling 30,000 points per coin, and we're really closing in on it. If I switch this to the day chart, you can see that we're closing in on my target here. And I was doing videos back here explaining that we were either going to see a really big bowl leading up to a cup and possible handle, or we would see a decent breakout. We've seen a decent breakout, and now what we're seeing is another smaller cup forming. So the likelihood is if we come up, we don't breach above this point, we fail to break resistance, we're probably going to come back down for support. And this is good, right? If you're day trading like I am, I've got my long-term hold, which I'm not going to be taking profit with, but I've got a bag that I've been holding that started as some dry powder all the way down on that left and right shoulder. And I did the content, I showed people, and it's quite funny, to be quite honest, because I showed everybody the technical analysis. I showed you the Dragonfly Doji. I showed you the head and shoulders. I showed you all of the key indicators to let you know that this situation was playing out in the background. And now I have the indicator, right? Now I actually use the indicator a lot myself. It's so easy to see what's going on. It's unreal. Even when you're doing those longer term plays, it's so helpful. But just diving in and out, right? This was something that I caught on another coin, and it was similar to this. It was about 60%. I caught that green signal and I caught that higher red signal, and it was a bit greedy. I was holding on, but what I was doing was banking on the bullish momentum signal, because what you can then do, you're getting a DCA signal and you think to yourself, well, is there strength in this pump? Is it going to continue going? And once again, right, say you're a day trader right now, you would probably get yourself in a very euphoric state where you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, it's pumping. Right? And you're a day trader, you're holding on, you're getting emotionally tied in. The indicator just removes that. It completely removes it entirely. You have those signals to get out. And if you stick by those, you don't get greedy, you bank good gains. For example, if you threw $1,000 down here, you sold it at the top, you would have made $410 on top of your $1,000. That is a quick gain to get within the matter of what? A day? And I mean, some people, right, across the globe, that is a lot of money for some people. And I know people make big trades, I know people make substantial gains, but I'm all about making those small quick gains moving forward alongside my longer term plays. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think the price target's going to be before we eventually see this halving cooldown, or do you think there's not going to be a halving cooldown? But let me know what you guys think about your price things, and let me know what you think about Vin as well and this situation playing out, and I'll try answer some of your questions. Is my wormhole LUNC still good at this point? Lol. Dave the Chop, I hope it's still good, because I myself have a load of wrapped Luna tokens that with USTC tokens at one point that are also trapped. Now, what I know is the likelihood of getting all of those systems back online is very, very slim unless you was to walk the path of EVMs and the Ethereum side of things. I think there's a time and a place for it. I just don't think it's now, and I don't think it's going to be at any point during the halving event, because we just don't have the systems, right, to handle such a strong payload of developers. And at the same time, right, you're paying one group of developers, but you're not willing to pay the core maintain development group, and it's all gotten very confusing. So yeah, agreed. So yeah, so Dave, I've had mine trapped since the very beginning of the crash, so that was back nearly 2 years ago. That's been sat in my MetaMask wallet. Don't know why I sent it there. Was being a total idiot. I put it there. I think it was like a couple $100 at the time. I think now it's like 64 pence. I mean, 64 pence. The worst investment of my entire life. Goddamn grandma. So guys, if you see the chart changing, I am just looking at other stuff. So I'm looking at opportunities right now to get involved. Currently, I'm looking at Floki. I have got a dollar cost average in. I'm also getting another signal here. So the likelihood is right now, I'm going to dollar cost average in another $1,000 into this trade. And my aim is to once again ride this up until I get a nice dollar cost average signal, not being greedy, being conservative, not worrying about all of the extra gains that possibly could come, and could it be the next 10 million X gem? Instead, just take the quick gains, move on to the next coin, bish bash bosh, tickety boo, and you move forward with nice sweet gains. And I think there's a few people, well, I say there's a few people, there's about 100 and something people from our community that are using this trading indicator, and they're banking serious. But I'm going to be doing a video going over the Patreon group, the alpha calls, and showing you We have a group in there where they post all of their different indicator gains. And, you know, some of these guys are completely outdoing me. And I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, like, you can't find... Before this, I would always look around for a pump. There's always a pump out there, right? You just got to find it. This indicator brings that to play. Guys, this is so good. Hopefully we hit the 30,000 points per coin before I have to end my live stream. But, you know, can't have our cake and eat it too. What can I say? Let me know what meme coins shall we take 5% profit. Okay, guys, let's talk about taking profits. The majority of the YouTubers out there are just going to tell you to simply hold your bag. Now, during the price movement, during all of the action, before all of this, and my moderators will be able to support me on this, you can go back, you'll be able to find the video as well, where I state back here on the Dragonfly Doji, all the way back here, that if you're thinking about taking profits during the next pump, it's a good time to take your staked coins out, because not a lot of people have a lot of money. And I totally get that. I'm one of those people, you know, I have what I have to play with and I have to be very smart about it. But you can, Friday is payday for me. I miss getting paid weekly. I actually get paid quarterly, which totally sucks because I have to put in invoices and all sorts of different things. But getting sidetracked there completely, RV. What I was getting at there is I gave the indication more or less for people to take profits. If you're at a point, right, and you're 350% up, like I am on my original dry powder investment here with LUNC, and we are pumping, guys. We are pumping. This is almost a 40% move just here. And like I said, we've been moving up for quite some time. So all of the YouTubers are like, you're going to tell you not to take profits, just hold, hodl. If you can't hold, you won't be rich. And I just don't think that's the case. If you've got 350% in profits, take all of your profits out at a good point, right? Don't get greedy, secure your investments, and then just leave in what you've made in profit if you really want to do those kind of risky plays. My personal advice is, if you've got any crypto that's not a long-term play right now, get ready and get yourself positioned for the big dump that's coming, because we're very euphoric. And when I say we're very euphoric, we are very euphoric. Let's take a look at the crypto fear and greed index. It's currently sitting at extreme greed. This at euphoric is basically the point when you should think to yourselves, okay, we're now playing a very dangerous ball game. And I thought we were playing a dangerous ball game 3 or 4 days ago. I thought to myself, BTC's not going to get up near that all-time high. I was watching BTC this morning getting close to that all-time high, up for a drink early hours of the morning. And I don't know if anybody's watched that film on Netflix. I can't remember what the film's called. But they do a heist and they rob a Mexican mafia guy, and they've got to get the helicopter over the Alpines. And as they're going up, they've got too much cash on board and they're trying to get, he's like, come on, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. They get just up to see the horizon line and it just comes crashing down. That's exactly how I felt this morning. I was thinking, it's so close. It was so close. I think it was on the day chart, less than 0.5%. And I mean, that was tantalizingly close. But like I was saying, without getting on side tandems, guys, secure your investments, secure your profits, okay? Don't be one of those guys that hold all the way from the bottom to the top like this and then not take any profits and then not have anything to play with back down the bottom. This is how we gain dry powder, guys. This is, yeah, that's called Money Heist. No, I don't think that is it, Yasir Samir. I know Money Heist. It's not that one. It's got quite a few famous people in it. It's got it's got a load of famous. I'm trying to think of what it's called. If someone can figure out what it's called, I'll send them 10k LUNC to their wallet. Whoever figures that out, I'll know the name when you say the name. God, I'm gonna have to go on Netflix in a minute. Just have to have a look. But guys, let me know what you're investing in. I want to know what different coins you guys are diving into. Here on the right hand side, you can see my watch list. These are all of my different coins I'm looking at. this one here, which is GOR, I'm not going to extend it out because it's an alpha that I'm preparing for the Patreon group. Our alphas recently in February have led, if you're smart, if you're greedy, and you're not conservative and you really like to play a dangerous game, you could be like 2,000% up just on our alphas within a month. It's insane because we just don't charge that much for the subscription, and it's been great. But I need to know all of the different meme coins because trends are everything. When something's trending, it's doing big moves. When you're doing day trading, that's where there's opportunities to dive in and dive out. Guys, 87 concurrent viewers here, 36 like. Let's get 87 likes. Smash that like button. Otherwise, I'll send my grandmas round to sort you all out. Binance burn whales make Luna money. Every time Luna dump art. Immutable X. Yes, Immutable X is a very good one. What's ASTR? I think that's Astro. Is that Astro? Ronin. I have already got a very small bag of Ronin. I've been riding that very recently. Jasmine's done very well. What I'm going to be doing when crypto does eventually begin to dump, we know it's all coming. It's just part of the routine here. It's how we make money. I'll be dropping 2 to 3 videos going over, with my knowledge, my current understandings, going through this decent bull run we've just gone through. I'm going to prep 2 wallets, okay? An MEXC meme coin wallet and then a Binance kind of more blue chip asset wallet, okay? And I'm going to do a video on them. I'm going to invest right at the bottom where I think's the bottom, and I'm going to leave those throughout the bull run, throughout the halving event, and I'm going to see just how much you can make from making investments right at the beginning, not dipping in and out and hodling all the way until that peak out again. And guys, if you didn't catch my video today on BTC, I know a lot of you are here for the Luna Classic content. You're here for that kind of stuff, the USTC stuff and all of those things. But if you didn't catch the BTC video, the perspective currently on crypto from more or less someone like BlackRock's perspective and Fidelity's perspective is crypto's kind of legit now. You know, Gary Gensler approving the ETF, it runs way deeper. I covered it in my last video today, if you guys want to head back and watch that at some point. But I thought it was a really good point because the ETFs are backed up by BTC that Fidelity and BlackRock own. Now, they can't sell those BTCs for the specific fact that they back up the shares for the ETFs. So therefore, all of that BTC that they're stacking, they're buying, it's not probably going to be coming out for quite some time. It's going to be locked in liquidity and it's going to be there for the long run. So I think this is really good. For me, they said in the article that I covered, it was going to be about 150k a Bitcoin. I think we're going up to like $250,000 a Bitcoin. I really do think we are, because this run we're going through, everything that's going on right now, is out of character. This doesn't normally happen pre-halving. It normally starts to cook off after the halving, 3 to 4 months. We've covered this a few times on the channel. I just think this bull run's going to be one like no other. XRP is officially a crypto. It's looked and perceived as crypto. Eventually that is going to replace the SWIFT system, and people give the whole kind of, oh, what about the escrow and the token unlocks, and what about this, that, and the other? Listen, when it replaces SWIFTs and brings in a multi-trillion-dollar market, okay, into crypto, and that all goes through XRP and XLM, it's going to be a complete game changer. Those token lockups won't mean anything at that point. And what I was saying today in that video was the .com era. You had Google, you had Bing, you had Jeeves, you had all of those different search engines, you had so many different things, and now you just have Google. You just have Google, right? It controls everything. If you've got a Google account, you can sign up on Commonwealth. I mean, you can literally sign up anywhere with your Google account. And I just think bite to crunch, in the next 10, 15 years, there's probably only going to be like 5 to 10 cryptos that remain. And it's going to be just like the .com era, where you've got Google, you've got Apple, you've got Amazon, those really big contenders that simply just went around and bought out their competition. And that's the way these big corporations do things. The only way you can control Bitcoin and control the markets and control the motives is to control the majority of the supply. And it's as simple as that. That's the way it works. The only difference is what I think is really smart with BTC, and it's a lot, our Oracle rewards pool works in a similar way, that the way it halves itself and keeps halving itself. So it will consistently keep making BTC available. So as the supply is stressed, the available amount that you can mine is cut in half by 2, right? The supply amount doesn't change. The unlocking amount available is still there, right? And it just keeps halving. And the idea is, right, even though the amount the miners are getting is going down, the price of BT is supposed to go up and set that whole idea of higher highs and higher lows. And these are all really important points for us to understand moving into the next bull run. For me, like I said, meme coins have been an absolute godsend during this. I've been very hesitant to get involved in meme coins. They're very dangerous to invest in when there's nothing going on, because you just don't know when one of them's going to do a 100% dump and it's going to take like a couple of months for it to recover. We go through those really horrible bear markets. But when we're in a market like this, do you even remember being in the bear market at this point? Because I don't. I just remember good times, and it feels like everything's been going up for so long now. Guys, chuck some likes down. 98 concurrent viewers, 56 likes. Let's get those likes in. Let's help the algorithm. Let's help the channel and help me out. Just give it a little tiggle, guys. Just a little tiggle. So you think that BTC will not reach 100K? Yeah, I was saying it's going to reach $250,000. So that's $250,000 per BTC. I honestly think that's being conservative, because like I said, every bull run before this has not been backed up with the legitimacy, right? If you watched my video on Operation Choke Point, I think I don't know. At some point I did a video on Operation Choke Point. It was like a Netflix style episode if you caught it. But, you know, that's what we were going through. That's what we've gone through. If you think about crypto, right? Look at all of the, like, people like CZ, people like SBF, people like DK, anybody who was like a fatherly figure to crypto has been dethroned, removed, and now they're going into court cases and all sorts of different things going on, and CZ's having to hand it over his passport and stuff like that. The governments, right, this is what they do, and you can just go with the flow with all of this stuff. It's stuff that's way out of our control. Schrodinger's cat. We just don't have control over it, and we just don't know. But what we do know is smart money's going to get invested, and smart money's already getting invested moving forward. I delegated LUNC on Trust. I trust HGA Yeah, guys, if you're not into staking on Station, you can stake with us through Trust Wallet. You can keep your LUNC on Trust Wallet. You just can't trade it on there. You can't swap it for anything, but you can hold it on there, and you can stake through Trust Wallet. It's a really good system. It works really well for those that don't trust in a decentralized system and want a more secure route to go through things. Let me know in the comment. Good morning, HCC. What's the time? Oh, it's 20 to 3 here. I will allow the good morning. It's close enough. I'll round it back. I'll allow it. Let me just grab a sip, folks. Who's invested in OPXH? Come on, tell me. Who aped him? For me, this is my next 1000x gem, and I'm really stupid. I found a really decent, well, I'm not stupid. That's really dumb to say. I'm digging a hole. Someone give me a ladder. I found what I thought was a 1000x gem, and I threw $10 into it like a moron, and it actually run by 1000%. And it's currently up another 1000%, and it's pushed another 1000% since then. And every time I've wanted to put more into it, I'm like, no, if I put more in, it will just dump. So just leave your £10 and it might turn out like shib. I kicked myself so hard for not trusting in my own gut, my own sort of senses and my own understanding, and more or less dropped that as an alpha and did a video on it, because, well, we could have all been the person who threw £10 in, or $10, sorry. And yeah, but you never know. You might have gone out on a whim. You might have invested a little bit more. Someone that I speak to on the regular, I mentioned to them about it, and they actually aped in. They got, I think, like $190 worth, and they are like way up. So BTC's not really doing anything at the moment. For me, this is tracking sideways. But once again, this is where the indicator becomes very helpful, because you've got bullish momentum. So as you can see, if I click this bullish momentum indicator, you can see where all of the bullish momentum is. So we've had a small cool off. We've got bearish momentum in there between. We're coming back up. So it's possible I think it needs to punch an all-time high, just so everybody can go, right, okay, it's hit an all-time high. Everybody sell now. Let the dump commence. And this is something you need to be careful of, guys. This is something you need to be aware of, is that dump, because it is coming. By God, it's coming, and it will hit so hard when it hits. So try to get yourself best aligned as you can. If you've got dry powder, if you've got investments, you know, secure your profits. It's so important. Meme coin wise, like I said, I'm going to be dropping an alpha very soon. I think I've got another 1000x gem. It's really low market cap. It's kind of like OPXH, but more of a meme coin. And honestly, meme coins are the ones that just go absolutely insane during the actual halving event. If you think this was crazy now, it's gonna get insane. I think BTC will have a god candle before it dumps. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be horrible when it hits, but that god candle is definitely coming. I have to agree with you. I definitely have to. HCC, was it the Italian job? No, it wasn't. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to go on Netflix. Hang on, guys. I'll go on Netflix. I'll figure this out. I will answer this question myself. I mean, there's so many heist films on here now. So many heist films. Who's watching Shogun? Shogun is amazing, absolutely amazing. I've really been enjoying that. I think the next episode is either out now or it comes out tomorrow. Guys, Triple Frontier. It's called Triple Frontier. The scene where they're trying to fly over the Alpines with all of the money, and they've got too much money on, and they didn't want to throw a little bit money off, so getting greedy, and it causes the helicopter to crash. That is what it feels like every time BTC keeps creeping up on this all-time high, because we were so close to it earlier. I do think it's just going to hit an all-time high, and then we're going to see that major dump, but who knows? There might not be a dump, right? We could all just be wrong, and it could just rocket off, because a good thing that I think it's a little bit off the nose, should you say, but it's all theoretical after that, isn't it? You've got no resistance, you've got no support, and it can just sort of just go boom at this point. It looks like it wants to go boom. So change the first series of Halo the last few nights. Halo is pretty good. I was a big time gamer until I become HCC. Who has time for gaming when you're doing all of this stuff? But they're not following the games too well, and I was kind of annoyed. Spoiler alert, you know, cover your ears right now if you don't want to hear this, but you know, they're not really following the games, and it kind of irritates me just a little bit. But I think it's like that with a lot of stuff. Like The Witcher was really good, but they didn't follow the games very well. But I think that's always like the reality of what you think it's going to be like. But Shogun, oh my God, Shogun's amazing. I spent a lot of time myself in Japan. I had a card store out there, a trading card store that I run for like 2 years, and it was like the best time of my life. But honestly, Shogun is so on point. The way everything is, the way they walk, the way they talk, everything it's so on point. And I think that's FX, isn't it, that did that. And I feel like that's what HBO used to be. So guys, it looks like BTC wants to come up and punch an all-time high. It's not, if it hits 6.9, it's an all-time high. It's an all-time high if it hits that point, guys. Let's check back on LUNC. Like I said, what I think we've got going on here over at LUNC is a pole and flag situation. Maybe we'll see a little cool off, little flag, and a continuation upwards, because we're going up to 30,000 points per coin. Whether you believe me or not, I don't need you to believe me, okay? Because I can just show you once it happens. Because no one believed me all the way back here. There's so many different people. I save the comments and sometimes I bring them up in videos when I have the time. But there's so many people, oh, you know, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. But it lags so much, and it gets irritating. You can't act like it doesn't get irritating. It gets so irritating when it keeps on lagging. It drives me up the wall sometimes, and then I hope you're wrong, it will go above 30,000 points. Yeah, well, I hope it does as well, to be quite honest, but I'm not going to get greedy. I've done the technical analysis. I've looked at how high we've gone before. I've looked at our market cap. I looked at kind of what's available, and I think 30,000 points per coin is the top end of what we can achieve currently, unless we get a huge influx of users, because what I've noticed over the course of today is the delegations of dropping. We were above 1 trillion staked. We're now below 1 trillion staked. So you can see people are taking profit. They are kind of getting themselves in a position where, well, they can take profits, right? Dry powder is so important, guys. You get dry. What I don't like to see people do is keep putting more and more money into crypto. I think anybody can start in crypto with $10. I think anybody can start in crypto with $10. And unlike stocks, you can turn that $10 into $500 in a week. If you play it right, you do swing trades, you get in and out, you can go there quite quickly. No BTC pass test, BTC 99K. No, it's too low. I'm telling you guys, $250,000 per BTC. So you guys weren't too talkative on Vin. Do you guys not want Vin to stay? Do you not like Vin? I mean, out of everybody, right, he's soldiered on. Every time there was an issue, every time there was a setback, even when LBA left, he stepped up to the plate. And I myself have had my disagreements with the guy, right? But I don't ever want to see us lose people. And it's the same situation with Astroport, right? Where everyone's like, oh, you know, really sad Astroport's leaving. All right, but nobody went to Astroport and said, what do you need us to do in order for you to not shut down? Because that's not the game, is it, guys? That's not the game, right? The third parties wouldn't like for the chain to have its own on-chain swapping, its own token factory, its own NFT factory, and all of those different things. That's not the game. And I think Vin is falling victim to the narrative and giving them what they want by him just kind of conceding to defeat and accepting that this has happened. Maybe he's had enough. I totally get it. Like I said, I spoke to him and he more or less said the attacks and everything like that, he just sort of wants to work in the background and not have too much responsibility. And it's sad that it boils down to that, because they do good work. They've always done good work. The whole point we have a working functional blockchain, and anytime there's been an issue, is because him and Iron Man and Gevik have got off their backsides and fixed it. And they haven't been paid since last year. Imagine how they must have felt, right, when they saw Genuine Labs get paid, and then Genuine Labs are right, all right, we've done 50% of the work. Now it's your guys' turn to spend almost a month working on the E2E tests to get it into the test net and then get it merged for completion. You know, nobody should have to spend that much time working on code all hours of the night. I mean, the guy's always awake when I'm up at night. I drop him a message. He's there. Yeah, you know, dude, working on code. And it's a real sad story. Really, really sad story. And when we lose someone like Vin, we start from square one. Does anybody feel like that? Do you guys feel like that? Like we start from square one again. We've got these group of people. I don't even know these guys. I've never even heard them. I didn't get invited to anything. They don't get spoken to. They don't respond to me. And, you know, I get it, right? They shouldn't have to do that, but it would be nice. You know, I provide a lot for the community. I put a lot of effort in. I do a lot of coverage. But, you know, like I've been saying, the narrative are giving them no crap whatsoever. I mean, they proposed identical work to Vin, and Vin got a load of crap, and their proposal was like, yeah, cool, you know, let's do it. And I don't think it was until the news kind of got around that, hey, guys, we don't need to update to this SDK 50. It's not required right now. We're literally being taken 10 steps forward so they can break things, take us 10 steps backwards again. I don't want to be back in that loophole. When LBA was doing that and they were like fixing loads of like random stuff and then it would break loads of random stuff. Oh, you know, we got to spend time fixing this and you need to pay us for that. No, I don't want to do all of this again. We've spent nearly 2 years back and forth in. Don't want to see it. And losing Vin, right? You lose all of that knowledge, right? All of it. And as much as like the community, like, oh, you know, no one's really like, it's funny because like all of the validators, they don't do anything. They don't build anything apart from their own third party apps. They don't build nothing for the community. You know, you turn up at this blockchain. If you want auto compounding, it's there. It's readily available for you for free. Just slap a 0% commission rate on and you never have to do anything ever again. We need a blockchain that fosters in an environment again. And this is why I've been speaking about the DCM and removing the DCM, reverting back to a minimum 5% commission, and then thinking about introducing a maximum reward cap. Because as much as people go, oh, you know what, it's going to lead to Sybil attacks. We've already got Sybil attacks. We've already got validators that are running networks on the blockchain and running 4 nodes. You've got one guy's running 2 nodes blatantly outright, and you know the same argument. There's no rules. There's no rule of law to say that they can't do that, and that's why I think a constitution's more than needed. It doesn't need to be overly complex. It can be added to, it can be removed from, and it should be interchangeable through governance. It's about time. If we were paying, right, the L1 task force, we'd have document systems and stuff. We'd probably have a website because Gevik was working on all of that until they got rejected money. And these guys, like myself, I have to work a full-time job. These guys have got full-time jobs, and you know, everybody's just working to sort of hang on and do as much as they can for the blockchain. I just think it's time for the blockchain to give back to different people. There should be a give relationship. It shouldn't just all be 0% commissions and one-sided and you get everything. The validators should get nothing. If you want to see the blockchain thrive and prosper, there needs to be an equalized relationship. There needs to be an equalized playing field where people have to do stuff. People have to prove themselves. They have to show that they're worthy of gaining voting power. And it's a very basic way of looking at things, but ultimately that's what's going to send our blockchain to the next level, is when we all start to respect the chain ourselves. Because these people double noding, right? Triple noding, quadruple noding, they've got no respect for the blockchain. They don't care. They don't care about new people coming on board. But, you know, it's one of those ones. I know a lot of people don't like the negative stuff. I know people want to hear Moonboy talk all the time and really positive, but I like to address these things before it gets to the point of where everybody's like screaming and all hands are on deck and everybody's panicking because we haven't got this, we haven't got that. At least you're prepared and you go into things with an open mind. So LUNC's absolutely been roaring away. Guys, if you're not using the trading indicator, right here is such a good example as to why it's a good idea to dive into something like this, which gives you a non-emotional friend, right? That's not saying to you, this could be the next one, dude. And you go, whoa, you know, how high can it go? And you kind of say to them, well, you know, you do the maths and dollar per coin and all of that nonsense. No, right? You don't deal with that anymore. You simply take the greens, you sell the reds, and it's as simple as that. Guys, throw down some likes if you can. It's coming to the end of this 1 hour live stream. I only wanted to do an hour because I'm not very well. I just got in from work. BTC pushing upwards. Like I said, we're so close. So close. I hope in the next 10 minutes it breaches. Let's take a look on the daily because this is just absolutely insane. By the way, guys, links to this all in the description. Anything I've been talking about here if you wanted to get involved in the Patreon. Look how close it is. Oh my goodness. Oh. Can you smell it? Can you smell it? BTC all-time high in a few mins. It did this in the early hours of this morning. I was up making my coffee packing my lunch for work, and I was watching it. Like I said, it felt like that movie that I was just telling you guys about. I've forgotten it again. Oh, Triple Frontier. Yeah, Triple Frontier. Great film, by the way, guys. Absolutely great film. HGA predict LUNC will eat a zero before halving and another after halving. FOMO will rise and the last zero will be a piece of cake. Well, I hope so. Yes, yeah, I really hope so. You know, I've got that bag. It's on my ledger. I'm holding for a very, very long time. And I mean, my NFT project relies on this blockchain thriving and prospering. For my NFT project to thrive and prosper, the blockchain must thrive and prosper. If the blockchain dies, my NFT project dies with it. And that's how closely tied and bound I am to this blockchain. Even to the point, right, where bringing LUNC Dash back was like my top priority in 2024. A lot of work went into it. The inflation adjusted all-time high for BTC is around 73k, though we still have a way to go. Yeah, I'm just going off of the charts. This is what everybody else is going to be looking at. Mr. Milton of Bates. I'm just going to take a sip, folks. I know how loud the microphone gets sometimes. Oh, it's so close. So close. I dug the Halo series, but I do think it could be better. Yeah, it definitely could be. Does anybody think like CGI and special effects are just getting worse as time goes on? I just downloaded the Blade films, the original Blade films. So Blade 1, Blade 2, and then Blade Trinity. Oh my God. The CGI in those films is better than the CGI you see now. I mean, the Resident Evil film they put on Netflix, Jesus Christ, if you want to talk about bad CGI, that is a proper contender for bad CGI. But yeah, Milton, I'm definitely going to be going off TradingView because the second this touches out, you're going to get all of the alerts on your phone saying it's breached a new all-time high. Can you help me understand? I log into the station, but it never shows classic like yours. Why is that? Okay, Ram, I can help you. This is a really simple one. So when you go to station, what you need to do is make sure that your network settings, so just click the cog up here, tap that, tap network, and you're probably going to be on the main net or a test net or local. Switch to classic and it should show up, and it should show just like mine. You can change the theme and everything in there, folks. You can change it to all sorts of different things. I like the moon one, and as you can see, I modeled LUNC Dash. Thank you, Michael Smith, for the €6 tip there. I really appreciate that. I will get a coffee with that next month when it comes through. I really appreciate that. But I modeled LUNC Dash after this, and we're currently doing a lot of remodeling on the actual system itself. We're doing a lot of work on the money flow, speeding it up, adding different sort of intricate tools that you can use and utilize with that. We'll be getting a validators list up. You've got another row of tickers coming. You've got all sorts of different stuff to come from LUNC Dash. And we're working on something very special. Very, very special for the LUNC community. And I think this is, once again, we'll be bringing you a tool that you really need, that you don't have, the chain doesn't have, and once again it will be something that's there for you to use and utilize for free. We're not going to be charging the blockchain like BitQuery does. I think it's like 20 something thousand something in, I think it was like USDT a month or something crazy like that. It was ridiculous what they wanted just to be able to more or less run API keys. It doesn't even take like servers or huge amounts of backends or anything like that. So guys, currently cooking off, what is BTC doing? Look, oh, it's so close. 69028. Oh, I kind of don't want to end the live stream. We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going for an extra 15 minutes, let's say. An extra 15 minutes until BTC hits an all-time high. What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon? Yeah, coffee, it's not too much, but every bit helps, right? Yeah, honey's been really helping me out at the moment. I'm really struggling with my voice. As you guys know, I had surgery on my voice when I first became HCC because I had a load of different issues with it from an accident that I was in. But, you know, it comes and goes sometimes, goes really croaky during videos. I've been saving like loads of outtakes, and I think on New Year's Eve I'm going to put up like a 1 minute video of like speed outtakes of the whole year, of just some of the funniest outtakes of where you start talking, you're like, hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and it's like, oh my god. So I always save those ones, and you have to start the recording again, obviously, because you guys don't want to hear stuff like that and my voice going like all high pitched. But yeah, I think it'd be really funny to just do those at the end of the year. I saw another YouTube channel and he put like all of his different outtakes together. It was hilarious. I was dying of laughter for ages. So what do you guys reckon for all-time highs for this run currently? Do you think we're going to push way above the all-time high? What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon we're going to come up, just go just above it, maybe cook a little bit off and then come back down? What do you guys reckon? Let's get back over and check LUNC. Right, guys, I'm just going to check all of my different coins that I'm looking at. Ponky's doing very well. See, once again, right, guys, because this indicator is a live feed, right, you got an indication here, an indication here. And this is a really short-term play if you're just dipping and diving out. You've got a 43% gain there. And like I said, it's a live indication, so it will give you a live indication to get in and a live indication to get out. And that was all in a matter of a 10-hour span. I mean, who hasn't got 10 hours time to put a trade in the morning, right? Go out, do your full-time job, get back for around this time, and then pull your trade out, and you've made 43%. If you put $1,000 down, and this is the way I look at stuff like this, if you put $1,000 down, that would be $430 in profit within 10 hours. I mean, how easy can you make things? And for a lot of people who've been using this as well, they always say the same thing to me when they start using it. They're like shocked. They're like shocked it actually works. They're like, oh my god. They're like getting like loads of DMs like, dude, oh my god, it actually works. Well, yeah. That's what it's supposed to do. It's like Ronsil, dude. Does what it says. All right. So you're here to make money, not lose it. The bullish and bearish momentum things are really helpful. I was more or less going to get greedy. I had a bearish momentum signal come in. I didn't get greedy. I took the DCA signal and it absolutely crashed. And then those other times like now, right, you're getting a DCA out signal, but you've also had 2 DCA in signals. So you could be conservative. You could get completely out. This would be a good opportunity to do it. And I would feel good about it, but you could get greedy. You could let it push a little bit more. You could play on that bullish momentum indicator and you could try go for maybe 60, 70% gains. It's always possible. The pump is always out there, guys. Let's take a look at some other stuff. So Kitty Inu, guys, is one to keep an eye on. Keeps moving very erratically. Low market cap, meme coin, absolutely useless, but good gains to be made, right? Who really cares? Like with meme coins, right? Get in and out of them so quick. Who cares? RV, what's the name of the indicator? So guys, what I'm going to do is I'll drop a link right now, but it's also in the description below the video, but I'll drop a link there. Make sure to use our link because I've been completely not mentioning this, but it's 20% off for life at the moment using our link. So if you use our link, you sign up now, it's 20% reduced for life. Those prices I think are going up at the end of the month. So getting involved early is definitely going to be better than getting involved later when you're hearing about all of these different gains that people are making. Like I said, I'll do a video and I'll show you all of the different people in the Patreon group that use the indicator and have been making considerable gains. I think I watched someone this morning. I think they made $1,600 off of a LUNC trade. And I was just thinking to myself, it's so nice to bring something forward that actually does what it says. And like I've been saying to people, if you don't get greedy, you don't kind of get ahead of yourself, you play conservative, you don't get emotional and you follow those indications, you can't go far wrong. You really can't, unless you get yourself in like a reversal where you do get emotional and you think to yourselves, well, you know, I can't really hold on for too much longer. But it's all one of those ones. BM back to 12k. Oh my god, that would be great. Honestly, guys, send it all back to 12k. I'll be way up for that. Way up for that. So I think everything's going really slow here. Give me a sec, guys. Bitcoin must have hit an all-time high. Oh no, it's coming back down. I can see it on my secondary screen. It's coming back down for a little cool off. Okay. There we go. Oh, my watch list. There we go. Ooh, see, I keep saying this to people. It keeps getting very, very close to getting there, and then it teases you, and then it comes back down. So hopefully now it's going to do a little flag. It prints a little side pattern, and we do move upwards. Coinbase is already trading over 69k. Well, yeah, that would be arbitrage and stuff like that, wouldn't it, Milton? I mean, it's not the trading chart though. Job done. BTC to 69k. Yeah, definitely, but where do you think it's going to go after 69k? That's the question. That's the real question. African movie CGIs are the best. Does anybody ever remember Tremors? Tremors, anybody? Anybody watched Dune 2 yet? I know my moderators know that I've watched it. Really, really impressed with Dune 2. Very looking forward to Dune Messiah. If you haven't read books and you don't read books and you're looking for a book to get involved with to read, consider picking up the Dune book series. They're absolutely amazing. It's interesting to see how imaginative people were back then when they didn't have smartphones, they didn't have computers, they didn't have tablets. Yeah, with Kevin Bacon. Hollow Man. That's a good film with Kevin Bacon in. He's an American national treasure, isn't he? All right, what's LUNC doing? Still cooking off. All right, guys, looking good. Yeah, the first Tremors is brilliant, but then they just get absolutely crazy after that, and they turn into like Sharknado films. No one likes a Sharknado film. It's not like Pulp Fiction. Does anybody have friends that haven't seen Pulp Fiction? And you're like, dude, what have you been doing with your life? What have you been doing with your life? Quentin Tarantino is going to be making his last film very soon, which is going to be really interesting. I'm really wondering what the last film he's going to do is going to be. Hey there, Jay. Love to see the pump, fam. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving this price movement at the moment. There's so many opportunities out there just to get involved with. It's confusing a lot of the time, but for me, I'm using the indicator, so I just see it everywhere. You can't not see gains. And when everybody starts to like panic, when everything starts to come down, now I get really happy. I'm like, yes, more gains. Here we go. This is going to be great. Come on, BTC. I've got 10 minutes and then I've got to go. I really need you to hit an all-time high. That would be really nice. I'd really appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm just going to nip into my kitchen quickly and get another drink. Oh, yeah. The giveaway. So, the February giveaway, check your emails because I've emailed the 3 top commenters. Obviously, I'm not just going to put it out there like, yeah, you know, these are the top 3 comments. Someone's like, well, you just post to people and, you know, get them to send you your wallets. Yeah. What do you think I was born yesterday, mate? No. I've emailed you. I have the ability to do that. If you were one of those top 3 commenters, check your emails because you've got an email from me requesting your Terra Classic wallet so I can send over that USDC and LUNC. Moving forward, what happened was YouTube doesn't allow money-based giveaways, and because crypto's money, in a sense, it's all a bit funny with tax and everything like that. So they weren't too happy. They asked me to explain it. I explained it was crypto. And it's at that point, they were just like, yeah, stop it. Otherwise, we're going to have to put a mark on your account. So what I've done is moved it to the Patreon. And I think that's the most smartest move to do. But like I said, February's been counted for. Okay, that's there. It's put aside. But now moving forward, it is part of the Patreon. I'll do an announcement in my morning video, and I'll also drop something in the community tab here on YouTube for everybody else that is wondering about that. I had a couple of sassy people in the comments. They're like, oh, you know, that's a rug pull. So what do you mean it's a rug pull? A, right? They're funds from my validator, and B, February's been counted for. God, calm down, Grandma. God damn. God damn. BTC is so close. Tantalizingly close. Milton, tell us what there's trading over on Coinbase now, will ya? Appreciate you putting us onto HGA Algo tools. Definitely been coming in handy. Honestly, guys, they're so handy. Don't be one of those people that are late to the party. Don't be one of those people that are like, oh, you know, he's just whatever. It's not one of those situations. I did a video today about smart money alerts. I've been using it for the past like 2 weeks for free. It's such a good thing to get into. A, don't ever think that you're too smart. B, always be willing to learn more. And C, we live in the 21st century where we've got artificial intelligence and all sorts of different tools. I don't know why it took me to this point to get involved with a trading indicator. And it's probably because I had a very pessimistic approach and a very pessimistic view that how can someone figure this out to tell me when to buy and when to sell? And you've literally got a system like this with it. And what a lot of people find is if you're doing, because what you're looking at here is the day chart. If I flick it to the hour, you've got so many more opportunities. Honestly, Trade and View must be rammed. It's so slow. So slow. So slow. Yeah, honestly, look. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yeah, so slow. There we go. The indicator's come up now. So once again, right, it's if you're looking at more like hour-long plays, you've got those hour-long plays. It changes and it adapts itself depending on what you're doing and how you're trading and the views that you're looking at things on. But the smart money alerts video I did today, guys, go and get involved in that. Use and utilize that tool before it goes to a subscription thing. I use that to find all of the different trends as this bull run started. I actually did a video covering 5 different meme coins. I went back, I checked those meme coins to this date. I did it this morning and it was like, I don't know, like 3,000% gains just from all of those coins in there. If you'd bought some of those at that point and sold them at this point, you know, I don't make, and I think a lot of people just breeze over my content. They just think, you know, he's only good for LUNC content, but you know, I bring a lot of opportunities here. What I'm trying to do is find you the opportunities and the tools, right, that all of these different influencers use, because what they do, what I've learned is, right, and don't tell anybody that I told you this, but they keep these things to themselves, right? Think about how powerful a tool like this is to keep to yourself, right, and make yourself look like a god trader, and, you know, dropping everything as alpha calls, everything, you know, banking in on everything instead, right? We're not doing that. And it's not going to be long before you see all of the top influencers start to get on this and start to say, hey, you know, there's trading indicators out there. Maybe this is something you guys want to get involved in. I guarantee it's coming, and you're going to say to yourself, God damn, HCC was early. God damn, he was early. And we are early. It's 20% off for life. For life, right? For life. That's a long time, right? I don't even know how long I'm gonna live for, but a lifetime subscription is a long time. Hey, maybe I can pass it on to my kids, you know, because we all know I mean, if you're holding SHIB, your kids are still going to be burning SHIB tokens when we're all long in the ground. Yeah, my granddad, he was a top burner. He was. Next, let's go LUNC. Yes, let's do it. Right, guys, I'm gonna have to cut it here. I have to call it a day. Don't forget to use and utilize all of the different links that we provide, and try get involved in as much as you can. And remember what I've said about CXs as we move into this halving event. Get listed on as many CXs as possible. Decentralize. all of your assets across multiple different points, because you just don't know when your exchange is going to be the next one. But other than that, guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao!